Barcelona are champions of La Liga, champions of Spain, and Hansi Flick's men did it in one of the most iconic ways possible, beating Real Madrid in the El Clásico to win the La Liga title. That is probably the best way any Barcelona fan could have dreamt of winning the La Liga title this season. And honestly, if you see the goals, Marcus Rashford, what a free kick. What a brilliant free kick. And also, Ferran Torres, the goal from Ferran Torres with the amazing assist from Dani Olmo. Wow, 2-0, and it was just over from then on. Barcelona just did what they had to do, got the title race done, and it's amazing to see. And on a day that's very emotional for the coach Hansi Flick, oh my goodness, like that is one way of making a sad day turn to a bittersweet day, in the sense that there was still something positive to talk about. Beating Real Madrid is always going to be good. Winning El Clásico is always going to be good, but winning El Clásico convincingly and winning the La Liga title on the same day that he lost his father, I think that's one of the nicest things that the players could do for him. And overall, there's something positive to look at on today. A day that he's going to remember for losing his father, but at the end of the day, this is still something that he's going to be feeling positive about and happy about when you look at the other good things that happened to him today. So, like I said, when you look at it, it is such an amazing thing to do for Barcelona players. Like, I can only imagine how devastated Hansi Flick must have felt this morning when he heard the news that his dad passed. Now, his dad is probably, older, because Hansi is 61 or 62, so his dad was definitely not a young man, but, it's still very painful to lose a family member on a day like this, especially. Like, it's a day where he's probably thinking to himself, like, he's probably not feeling himself. He's probably not looking very happy. But the players really took it upon themselves and said, you know what, we're going to make you happy today. We're going to do something for you. And, you can see from the moment Ferran Torres scored that goal, the celebration with Hansi Flick, it just shows that there's a human side to the game. And it was just nice to see that the Barcelona players really showed him the compassion. Because there's only so much you can do. Losing a family member, there's nothing you can do about that. It is very, very painful. It's always going to be sad. But the fact that Barcelona players were able to do something nice for him and just show him the love, that's something we love to see, honestly. And when you look at it now, Barcelona have 91 points and have won La Liga, lifted the trophy. The feelings are very good, nothing more to fight for. Right now I think the players would probably just want to stay fit, but with 91 points and 3 games to go, there's a world in which they score or they get 100 points. So I think that might still be a goal for Barcelona this season, to get 100 points. That's always going to be very nice. So, and also looking at it, the home form as well, oh my goodness. Like, Barcelona have played 18 games at home this season. 18, and they've won every single game at home in La Liga this season. That is a side that's showing how dominant they were, or they've been throughout the season. Apart from, moving back into Camp Nou, when they were playing at the old stadium as well. I forget the name right now, Estadio Olímpico or something like that. Not Olímpico, no. But the point is, when they were playing at the older stadium or the other stadium, they were still able to win games. And coming back to Camp Nou, the feeling was nice. The feeling is good. And winning La Liga, what a wonderful way to do it. And like I said, Rashford today was, I can't lie to you guys. You may not know this, or I may not have said it, or maybe this is the first time you're going to hear this, but you see there are two balls here. One is a Liverpool ball, one is a Barcelona ball. So most times I'm talking Premier League and Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool fan. I've been a Liverpool fan since 2014, but I started supporting Barcelona first, and it's just nice to see Barcelona winning the title. I can't lie to you. It makes me so happy. And Rashford playing the way he's playing, oh my goodness, that free kick. Guys, do you know that is the first free kick that Barcelona have scored against Real Madrid in El Clásico? I think in the league since 2012. And the last person to do it was Lionel Messi. It's crazy to say Rashford's name and Lionel Messi in the same statement for a record against Real Madrid, because these are the things that you never thought you would say a year ago. But honestly, Barcelona and Rashford this season, I know a lot of people have been criticizing Rashford and saying he's not been that good, but I can't lie to you, he's a fantastic squad player. He's not going to be a starter every single time. Maybe when somebody's injured, he'll come up and do what he has to do. But that free kick today, guys, like, I really respect Rashford. I think he's had a fantastic season at Barcelona, and I hope Barcelona are able to sign him permanently, because I think that would be very nice for him. And this is his first ever league title. That's nice to see. I can't lie to you. Also, Dani Olmo, my goodness, that assist for Ferran Torres. Ooh, that was just beautiful. And Ferran Torres, I was a bit worried that he was not going to score that goal because I know a lot of people criticize Ferran Torres a lot, but I think he's a fantastic footballer. I think he's a very good player. And on his day, I think a lot of people criticize him a bit too much. But that first touch and the goal, that's a good thing for him, especially in a season where you know that this could possibly be Lewandowski's final season at Barcelona. I mean, Robert Lewandowski has come in and won 3 different La Liga titles in his 4 years at Barcelona. So I love Lewandowski, but I just don't know if he still has a place in Barcelona team. He's 37, so I think it's a bit of an interesting one to look at. But for Real Madrid, guys, they were without Mbappe, without their captain today, Fede Valverde. He was knocked out by Tchouameni. Tchouameni played the game, but they just did not look good today. Like, Real Madrid have been lacking this season. I think they've really been disappointing when you look at the way that they're playing and the state of the club right now. Like, it's such a mess. Alonso left the club, and you could probably understand why now when you look at the state of this team. And also, looking at Arbeloa, we already know that he's not going to be here next season. They're already talking about getting Jose Mourinho, and that would be an interesting one for the typical football fan. Seeing Mourinho back at Real Madrid, that is such a big job for him, because honestly, since he left Real Madrid, I don't think he's had a decent, or I don't think he's gotten to the right jobs apart from maybe Chelsea. I think Tottenham, Roma, all the other teams he's coached, respectfully, it has not been the best for him. But so coming back to Real Madrid might be a very interesting one for them. And you can just see at the end of the game, the Real Madrid players apologizing to the fans. I would do the same to be fair if I was a Real Madrid player. But you can just tell that Real Madrid right now, they need a lot of help. They need to restructure this summer. In terms of the players, in terms of the dressing room, there's just too many things that are going wrong in that team. Too many problems, the egos. I don't know what it is, but they need to sort it out. They need to sort it out by next season. Because as much as I'm happy to win La Liga, and it's nice, especially when you're getting towards the end of the season, I like to see, and I think in football, what makes winning a rivalry even more interesting is when the opponents you're playing is actually playing well. So if Real Madrid are, playing good football and let's say this was the final day of the season and the winner takes La Liga, that'll be a little more interesting. But before going into this game, I had no doubts that Barcelona were going to beat Real Madrid. I had no doubts at all. So I think Real Madrid needs to go back to the drawing board. There's a lot that they need to fix in terms of their coaching, in terms of their drama off the field, fighting. What else do they have that they're dealing with? The petition. I just think Real Madrid really need to sort themselves out. But looking at Barcelona once again, it's just very nice to see that this team, the core of this team is very young. Garcia is like 25 and he's in goal. And goalkeepers, they have a long career ahead of them. Cancelo is not necessarily young. He's not a spring chicken anymore, but he's one of the older players. He came on loan, so I'm not even like too deep on Cancelo. Koundé injured for a while, but he's still relatively okay. I don't know how old he is. I think, but when you look at it, he's not very old. Jules Koundé is 27, so he's still relatively young if you look at it. Kubasi is probably like 19 or 18. Can't be more than 20. Pedri is my age. Oh, I've exposed my age, but Pedri is young as well. Lamine is literally turning 19, or is he 19 now? Yeah, he's turning 19. So you're looking at a player that's doing fantastic as well. And then you have other players like Fermin. The team is young, and you just know that if they continue like this, especially with Hansi Flick, who has an extra 2 more years at the club, they're really going to develop into a proper powerhouse. So for me, as a Barcelona fan, what I want to see is Barcelona going ahead to challenge for La Liga again next season. But what we want now is that Champions League. Barcelona right now, they've won La Liga 2 years in a row. I think the next step is that Champions League. And there's still a lot that Barcelona must improve. That high line and the way that some teams are able to, get it done with. And, the fact that we saw Atletico Madrid not necessarily play very great against Arsenal. Atletico Madrid still beat Barcelona this season. So it means there's still a lot that Barcelona must do in other competitions like the Champions League. It's been too long since they won the last one, 2015. We're going to 12 years now. By next season, it'll be 12 years. So Barcelona at this point, I think the goal has to now be Champions League. Like, we've shown that we can definitely get La Liga done, but what's going to happen in the Champions League? And like I said, it's a young team, so I'm confident about the prospects of what's going to happen. Gavi, Kubasi, Pedri, all young, Lamine young. So this is a team that in the next 2, 3, 4 years could be probably the best team in the world. I hope I'll be able to come back to this video and say, yes, I was right. But that's it for this one. A bit of a different one. You know, like I said, I always talk about Premier League mostly. Looking forward to the World Cup as well. I do have plans to make a lot of content during the World Cup and transfer news. So if this is your first time coming to this channel and you kind of like the video, please, I'll appreciate if you actually give the video a like, share with a friend who might like this kind of content, and please let me know what you think in the comments about Barcelona and the future plans. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe as well. We're very close to, I mean, we just crossed 600 subscribers, but the next milestone is 1,000. So I appreciate if you watching right now could be one of those people who subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.